Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaking at the next NXT Conclave 2025 in New Delhi on 1st of March took aim at the Lutyens Jamaat and Khan Market gang, questioning their long-standing silence on the outdated British-era laws. Highlighting one such law, he pointed out that even a wedding dance could lead to arrest. As the Dramatic Performances Act, enacted 150 years ago, allowed the police to detain the groom and the others if more than 10 people danced at the wedding. Our government abolished it, he stated. Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted his government's effort to repeal nearly 1,500 obsolete laws, many of which dated back to the colonial era. He specifically mentioned the law that treated the bamboo as a tree, leading to people being jailed for cutting it. He said that earlier people used to be jailed for cutting bamboo because we had this law that considered bamboo a tree. And earlier governments failed to understand that bamboo is not a tree. It's our government that changed these colonial era laws. Madhav Nalapat will join me shortly. All right, let's also listen to this remark that was in fact made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the NXT Conclave.
1,500 ऐसे कानूनों को खत्म किया है जो अपना महत्व खो चुके थे। 1,500 ऐसे कानूनों को खत्म किया है जो अपना महत्व खो चुके थे। 1,500 ऐसे
Madhav Nalapat has joined me live on the broadcast. Madhav Nalapat, appreciate you joining me this morning. In fact, after the successful launch at the NXT Conclave of the Newsx World, some remarks and also jibe at what used to be a transformative change seen in Bharat has also been made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi from the stage of the NXT Conclave, asserting that the colonial era laws have been abolished, and in fact these abolishment of these laws have empowered people to live a life with freedom.
There is no doubt that the Prime Minister is right. The fact of the matter is that India has been shackled by colonial laws for a long time. Frankly, these laws made it easy for even low-level officials to arrest and imprison citizens at will. The fact is that India became almost the easiest country in the world to make an arrest on some ground or the other. And you can get somebody in an FIR, you can get the guy locked up, and then, if he doesn't have money, there's no way he's going to get out. A huge number of people in the prison are under trial, and they go on for years and years and decades, and they languish in jail. So it's a horrible, horrible colonial system, and fortunately, a lot of these colonial era laws are being thrown out by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The fact is, India is facing a very complex international situation which has its internal ramifications. Either we grow at a very good pace, or we find a situation in which our young people will get very, very, they will not have jobs, they will have problems, and we'll have a very severe social problem on our hands. So the next 2 or 3 years is very, very crucial. And not only that, you have to look at the external environment. Look what's happening in Ukraine. I mean, Zelensky is losing his popularity. Trump has basically read the riot act to him and to the Europeans. The Europeans know they can't manage on their own, and this endless war, Trump wants to bring it to an end, as Prime Minister Modi did from 2022 onwards. So frankly, it's an extremely complex situation, and I think it's important for all parties to support the Prime Minister Modi while he's trying to navigate his way through this very complex international situation. We have to be very clear. We have to ensure that we have strong friendships, we have strong alliances, strong partnerships, so that whenever we are in trouble, we are not alone. The problem has been in the past. Whenever we have been in trouble, whether with Pakistan or with China, we have been alone. Hardly anyone has stood by us. And that is something that, is a very difficult situation. Today's warfare is not the warfare of the past. It's a hybrid warfare. It involves different types, different phases, and it involves the whole of society. So it's a very complex environment that the Prime Minister is dealing with, and both externally and internally. And I think he's perfectly justified in basically saying that a lot has been done and much more is planned to be done. I think we should welcome the fact that much more is planned to be done and help to accelerate that path rather than try and put obstacles or raise doubt as to what is already done. Because the reality is, colonial era reduced India to a terrible state. A huge, virtually full illiteracy, full poverty. It's a horrible, horrible state. And now we have to come out of it. We have to come out with double-digit growth. The Prime Minister is making every effort to do that. And I do believe I would say it's like Second World War. All political parties in Britain stood together against this terrible enemy. And now we have a situation in which the country is at war with not only we are talking about powers, we're also talking about ancient, laws, and all this needs to be fought. And this is what Prime Minister Modi is doing. And I think it's important to understand that one cannot blame him for feeling that when he's doing all this effort and when he's doing so much to pull the country out of a difficult terrain and into a more tranquil terrain, he's being obstructed rather than helped.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.